Right. So, hey, you guys, welcome to our happy hour. And I didn't bring a cocktail to the happy hour tonight, just water, because I made a promise to myself that I'm going to abstain from drinking alcohol for a while. My husband and I went to Napa on a trip, and it's been really hard to not drink wine since then. So, but I'm just having some water tonight. But I hope you guys are, you feel like happy to be here. You're excited to be here. We're really excited to have you. Sharing this business and the coaching opportunity is something that we just feel so passionate about and that we feel like is a responsibility of ours. And so we just are really thankful for this opportunity and that you're here tonight. So cheers to you for being here. Seriously, like there's all kinds of things going on, I'm sure, in the environments around us that we can't see. And you made it a priority to be here live or to watch this recording in your life. It's something that's important to you. And I hope you take that seriously, because the coach who invited you tonight did so on purpose and very intentionally and for a reason, because they really do see you in this role as coach. And they want you to say, okay, does this connect with your heart? Come and listen to these stories and hear more about what we do as coaches, because I think you'd be amazing at it. Like, I know for me, I don't just I'm like, hey, everybody, come join us. It's a tribe that we're creating, and it's a tribe of sisterhood and brotherhood, and it's a tribe of positivity and something we really do feel so passionately about. And so I really do hope that you take your invitation seriously, because we absolutely do. And I just want you to know that tonight is so chill for us. It's just like my kids are watching a movie in the background, and I was like, y'all, please don't mess with mom tonight. Like, come on. There's all kinds of things. My sink is full of dirty dishes. I've got my pajama pants on underneath. Like, this is real life up in here, and it's just super chill and casual. And I just hope that you know that. And I hope that you get that feel and that vibe from us tonight, because all of us presenting tonight, we're just, I want to say you're average, ordinary women who just decided to say, okay, why not me too? And you'll hear a lot of our stories tonight. And that's what you're going to get. You're going to hear the tangibles about what coaching is, who we are, some of our stories, and how coaching has played a role in our life, how it came into our lives. And I really do hope that by the end of tonight's call, that you can see how coaching will fit into your life and how it can impact your life and what it will look like once you do say yes. And hopefully will help dispel any of those fears and doubts that you may be having, because I know that we all have them, and we can really speak truth into those and understand really where you're coming from tonight. And so the first thing I want to do is make sure you guys understand what we coaches do, because I know that a lot of times you're like, okay, so you work out, you drink the shake thing, and you post on social media, but literally, what are you guys doing? Who are you? You all are happy all the time, and you're taking sweaty selfies. How do you make money doing that? How is that your career, right? And I think it's funny, because one of my coaches is my career is taking selfies. And I was like, that's kind of funny. I mean, there's way more to it than that, but it is kind of what people, I think, perceive that coaches do, what we do. And first of all, I want to share, we are independent business owners, and we're, I guess, what you would call partnered with Team Beachbody. And Team Beachbody is our mothership company that produces amazing nutritional products in programs. And we're really famously known for Shakeology and P90X and Insanity. And right now we have Beachbody On Demand, which is just rocking the world, right? Because we can have digital, we can create home gyms all over the world, and it's so super cool. But we as coaches, as partnering with Team Beachbody, we believe and fulfill the mission of Team Beachbody. And so, for example, that's just to help people live a healthier, more fulfilling life. We want to help people be healthy, help empower and inspire men and women to bring health into their homes, to not say, okay, this is just my life and I'm going to be satisfied with it. And in my own way, I like to think about that I'm defying the odds, the odds stacked against me of having high cholesterol and diabetes, and the odds of, having someday goals and not being able to dream bigger for my life. And so I like to say that what I do is I help other people believe in themselves before they do. And that's because I've been on a journey, and I've seen that our products and programs and accountability groups and working with a coach can literally change your life. And I've seen firsthand that when you say yes to a little voice in the back of your head, like, what if, Erin, you could do this? And you listen to that and you push fear and doubt aside and you just put your head down and you let your passion and your heart lead the way, that really cool things can happen. And in my life before, as a teacher, I didn't have any positive space to let growth happen and to let amazing, cool, awesome dreams grow and happen and come true. But something really cool happened when I decided to be a coach, is that because I was working on me and making myself better, I saw a ripple effect happen in my life. And I saw that I could impact and change the lives of other people. And so, as coaches, we believe in the mission of helping people. We believe in our products and programs. We believe that when you work with a coach, your life can be forever changed. We are constantly on a journey. Like, constantly on a journey means I am never perfect. Okay. Like I said, I'm struggling, like getting off the wine train from Napa Valley. Okay. That we do make an income by helping people. We make an income based on the number of lives that we do impact, that we change, the number of people who say yes to us and say, yes, Erin, I want to work with you. We make an income based on that. We are all independent business owners. So that means we get to make our own rules. I like to say, and we hear all the time, we're our own CEO, and we are. And if you choose to look at your Beachbody business like a CEO would look at their Fortune 500 company, you can do awesome, crazy, cool things with it. It's so cool. We're all so different. We're from all different walks of life. We all have different body styles and different body types. We all struggle and succeed in so many different ways. Some of us love fitness and some of us don't. Some of us are really awesome with nutrition and some of us aren't. Like, we're so different. We have different goals for our businesses, for our personal lives. And we all have different stories, and we all build this business differently. Like a lot of coaches, you'll see them on social media, but you also see a lot of coaches who build their businesses in their local communities and from the people in their neighborhoods and the people they went to high school and college with and the people that are surrounding them right this very second in their own circle. So, there's so many different ways to be a coach and to make an impact. And that's what I think is really cool. When you become a coach and you join your team, we teach you how to build the business at the pace that you're ready for, the pace that you desire, and that's what's really cool too, because you've been invited here by a coach who's on a team that's really freaking successful and very strong, and teams that have a lot of training, that have a lot of community, that have a lot of culture, that have their roots deeply planted in the Team Beachbody company. And so you've been invited by someone on a team that's doing a lot of really cool things and building a lot of leaders and building a lot of really successful coaches. And I hope that you understand that. It's a real privilege that you're going to get to hear some of the stories that you get to hear tonight. And so with that being said, I hope tonight that you walk away and you say, okay, I get it. I see that, I understand that, and here's how I think it could work in my life, and you're able to make a decision. I really do think that you'll be able to do that. And so tonight I want to wrap my story into these types of coaches, okay? Because I firmly believe that when you come into coaching, we're all in different stages of our life. We're all in different stages of our journey. We're all in different stages of our own personal goals. And there's really 3 different ways to start your coaching business. And I think it's perfect for me to talk about because I've been in every stage of what a coach is. And so I started my coaching journey as a mom of 2. I'm still a mom of 2, but 2 littles. My daughter was 8 months and my son was maybe 2 at the time. And I was working full time as a high school English teacher. My husband was also, he still is, a high school teacher and varsity golf coach. And he was going into his busy season and I was working all day and taking care of babies and but really felt frazzled and falling into a black hole. I was at a place in my life where I kept gaining weight every year. And I walked in my closet and nothing was fitting and I felt horrible about myself. And I had no clue what to do. And then my coach pops up on Facebook, and who was a high school friend of mine. She shared what she was doing, and I was like, no, I got this. I can do this myself, girl. I got this. I was an athlete. I got it, and no, I didn't have it. And so I kept seeing her succeed, and I just was like so drawn to it. And what I noticed, which was what I was attracted to the most, was that she had this community of women around her, and everybody seemed so freaking happy, and everybody was getting results. And I was like, okay, all right, I'm in. And I joined immediately as a coach when I started my journey, because I wanted to be a member of her team. And that's that first level of coaching, as a team member. And I wanted to be a part of a team. I wanted to be a part of something bigger than me, because as a teacher, I was on teams and I was coaching teams. I was a tennis coach and did all kinds of different things. But I wasn't on anything that poured into me. And I wasn't a part of something where people really cared if I showed up. And I wasn't a part of something where every day it was positive, and every day people were growing and people were changing and people were happy that I was doing that. I was surrounded by a lot of negativity. I was surrounded by a lot of people that were just not in good places in their lives when I showed up to work every day. And it was kind of hard for me as a professional. And I just felt very depleted. And so what I saw by being a member of a team and being a team member was that I was not only going to be able to join and be a part of her support group, her challenge group, her fitness group, and be able to use the Beachbody products and programs, but I was going to be a part of her team. And she invited me to her team page, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm part of a team. Yay, like awesome. And I had no clue, like that was cool for me at the time. And I knew that I was getting a discount because all coaches get a 25% discount on all their products. And so I was like, sign me up, because I would love to get a discount on Shakeology. And I knew that I was committing for more than 30 days. Like I knew it was going to take more than 30 days to get off the weight that I kept gaining year after year after year. And so it just made sense to me to say, I'm making a commitment. I'm going to take one more step in and not just put a toe in the water, but I'm going to jump in and I'm going to be a part of a team, because everybody on this team is getting results, because they're all in, and everybody on this team is happy, and everybody on this team is positive. Everybody on this team is saving more money, and everybody on this team is like happy that I'm showing up and welcome me onto this team. So yes, I need that in my life. And so I joined the team, and I worked on myself for a while. And then there was this time when, as a teacher, I'm getting results, and people around me are noticing that I'm changing, and they're noticing Erin's happier, Erin's drinking this shake thing, Erin's working out, like what the heck is she doing? And that's when I could see that, wow, people did need me, and I could share what I'm doing with them and make an impact in their life. And so what I started doing was inviting people to work out with me. Like seriously, like I was a teacher, closed the doors in my classrooms, and like, come work out with me. And I just like started a fit club. And that's how I started my business in my community, in my school, with teachers. And people were like, wow, that was fun. And I'm like, well, we can do this every day. Now we're not going to work at my classroom every day, but you can work out with me in your own home, and we can hold each other accountable online. So I created a Facebook group. And a lot of you guys, if you're working with a coach, a lot of them have accountability groups in Facebook groups or an app that we have. And I started then saying, okay, well, get your own program, get your own shake, and let's do this. And they were like, okay, it's working for you. Why not? And so that's how I started then moving from a team member then to paying it forward to people in my life. And then I became what I call a hobby coach. And so what I started doing was then I was able to cover my own investment by being a coach, by helping other people, because we make an income based on the number of lives that we impact. And so I first was like, cool, I just made enough money to pay for my Shakeology every month. Boom, I'm so excited. And then I'm helping my friend from grad school, my friend from high school, and my cousin. Like, this is amazing. And it was so cool. I was helping 3 women, and we were on this journey together. And they were from different parts of my life, and it was so cool. And teachers were working out with me, and slowly and surely this built, and I was starting to make an extra income. And I was able to be like, hey babe, let's go on date night. I got this. Avery, let me take you shopping. You keep growing out of your clothes like every season, or let's pay for dance. I got dance, or let me pay for the car payment this time. And let me let me save up this money and I'll pay for our plane tickets to Florida this summer. Like crazy cool things were happening, and I was able to contribute to my family and extra things even more, because what I started doing was like, I became kind of like super motivated and inspired that people needed my help. And so I just kept asking people to work out with me, join me in this support group, join me in this accountability group. And people kept getting results and people were excited. And then I just kept doing that. And it was like, basically I started out helping 3 people at a time, because that seemed doable to me. And that just kept growing and growing over time. And I chose then, and I'm going to connect a lot of dots here together, but what happened is that I went to a Beachbody event, and I surrounded myself with all like thousands of coaches, and I heard a lot of cool stories. And I was like, holy moly, this can be a career. Holy moly, I could retire from teaching. I can put my kids on the school bus and make them breakfast and work from home. Like, it was a dream come true to me. I love teaching, but something happened in my life when I became a mom. Like, I wanted to be here more because I was hardly home. And when I was home, I was freaking tired and frazzled and stressed. And so I was just like, there's got to be a better way to live life. I mean, honestly. And then I saw, and my eyes opened to what was possible, because there are coaches, like the coaches tonight, sharing stories where they were full-time coaches. And I'm like, I'm doing that. And that's when I decided to really put some serious action into place and to really build my business on social media and just learning from the other coaches and listening and just putting my best self forward every day in my business and treating it like a business and being the CEO that I'd heard people talk about. I chose to make that step because I wanted to be able to make and compensate for my teacher's income and be able to stay at home. And I was able to do that. And so now I'm a full-time coach and I work from home. I retired from teaching at 36, an extremely easy decision that I made, meaning that we compensated for the income and then some. And I've been able to put, my son just started 3rd grade. I put him on the bus every day for kindergarten, 1st, 2nd, and now 3rd grade. You know, was able to be at my home with my daughter the last year before she went to kindergarten. And that is just like the most amazing gift I've ever given our family, because I chose to see an opportunity and chose to put in the hard work and to learn and be coachable and lock arms and just do this and see that helping 3 people a month can grow into something phenomenal. And so I became and am now a career coach. And I can't imagine my life without coaching and meeting Ashley and Lauren and Sarah Lynn. We're not on, I hope you guys know this, we're not even on the same teams, right? Like you joining Ashley or Lauren or whoever invited you tonight, we're just so happy. It doesn't help me any, but it helps us fulfill our mission. It helps us share this opportunity with so many more people. I just hope that you see that Beachbody coaches truly are here to help. We collaborate. We're not in competition. The day that somebody says yes, we celebrate. And it doesn't matter if you're on their team or whose team or whatever team you're saying yes to. We're so excited that you're okay, yeah, I want to help people and I want to help myself first. And because that's what it's all about, honestly, is putting your journey and your personal journey first. Because when you do that, when you share and invite people to join you, it's so authentic. Let yourself be on a health journey. Let yourself see success, whether it's 2 pounds, right? That's success. Or whether it's 10 pounds, which was when I was yay, light bulb moment, I can help people. And it's just such an amazing thing. And we're just so happy that you're here tonight. So I've been through those 3 stages of coaching, from being a team member and loving that discount but also being super all in on my journey, then to moving to a hobby coach where I wanted to pay it forward, and then moving to a career coach when I was girl is all in. I'm ready to make 6 figures. I'm ready to retire. I'm ready to be my own boss for myself and make my own hours every single day. And that's where I am today. And it's been the most incredible blessing. I know that sounds so cliche, but it's the best way to describe it. And so, think now, well, what kind of coach am I today? What kind of coach would I be today? But what kind of coach would I love to be in 5 years? Would I love to be in 2 years? Love to be in 1 year? Because anything is possible. It truly, truly is. And, you know, I just think, what if you asked yourself tonight, what if I did join a team and become a part of a team, a positive culture of men and women? You know, what if I did share this with my best friend and with my mom or with my neighbor? You know, what if I did let myself see that anything is possible, and let that, and breathe life into that and believe in that? And that's what I hope that you kind of gather from my story tonight. But I'm going to go ahead and let you meet Ashley, because she's super cool, Ashley, and pass it over to her, because she's going to introduce you to her coach, Sarah Lynn, and she's super cool tonight too. So it's going to be really fun. So take it away, Ashley.
Hey guys, and yeah, you can call me Ashley or Ash. Ash makes me feel like we're much closer, so you can go with that. But a little bit about me. I am like, in some ways, my story of becoming a coach is very much like Erin's. In other ways, it's like the opposite. So I'm a mom of 5, and whereas Erin was working in a kind of like a traditional, you know, teachers, there's like, it never ends, right? But they show up at 7 a.m. and leave at 3, 4. I have always been self-employed. I have started and run multiple businesses. I mean, my main kind of niche and forte was photography, studio photography, wedding photography, and some photo booths, some other stuff sprinkled in. But so I've always been my own boss, right? This whole girl boss thing, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of like, what's the deal? Yeah, I'm a girl. Yeah, I'm doing my own thing. Like that's how it is, right? So for me, the reason I decided to coach was I basically got tricked into it. I was like, man, after 10 years of having kids and breastfeeding them, I was like, oh, so I guess I'm never going to get extra time to work out. Like, that's not how it works. I kept waiting. My mom would be like, you're just going through a season. It's just this season. No, it's just this season. I'm like, okay, I get it's like a never ending. It's never going to end. So the girl, she was a college student at the time that would babysit my kids when I would be gone like 15 hours with the weekends shooting photography. I saw her transforming her body like online, and I would say like to my husband and my sisters, was like, Shay's like, I don't know what she's doing, but like it's like crazy. She looks so fit. Like I think I want to do this. And it was like 4 months of like telling them, and I'd be like, Shay, so what are you doing? But just so you know, if it's $100 or less, then maybe I'll do it. If not, I mean, I was like a pill, like a total pill now looking back. But finally one night, I'm up late at night and I'm like just done. And I was like drinking wine and eating chocolate covered sea salt almonds from Trader Joe's. I was just like in that pocket, right? I'm like, I'm just done with this. So I said, Shay, I'm just going to do it. Just whatever, just do it. And I think Erin said this was her too, but she said, hey, do you want me to sign you up so you get a discount? It's like, technically it's a coach, but like you don't ever have to do anything. You can just get the discount. But if you ever wanted to, friends wanted to do it, if you can make some money. And I was like, oh, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Here's my plan. I'm gonna get super fit. I'm gonna have a lot of fun doing it. Because I'm getting super fit, all my friends are gonna like want to do it too, because that's my motivation. They're gonna want to do it. We'll have fun together. I'll be more likely to show up for them, you know, on week 13, 14, 15 than I am for myself. And I'm going to make $75 a month. That's it. I'm good. And I'm going to hire someone to come clean my house once a month. That's it. I'm good. First month, I made $900. And I was like, okay, let me actually start looking at this thing. Kind of like Erin said, like, what? This is legit. You don't just get paid in like Kohl's bucks and, you know, like pats on the back and t-shirts. This is actually a thing. So I just, at that point, really, really dove in. And that's 4 years ago, and it's changed my life. I like don't miss my workouts, you know, I used to go like 8, and what I mean by that is I'd go 8, I'd get pregnant, I'd have a baby, I'd gain 25 to 50 pounds. I'd feel like I was living in somebody else's body, and I would go extreme, like a raw foods diet with Jillian Michaels, one DVD over and over and over until I lost the weight. 8 weeks. I'm like, good forever. We're done. And then I would start the cycle. So I haven't broken this great cycle through the Beachbody On Demand and Shakeology in 4 years. So I would say super happy for that. And it pays all my bills. Super grateful for that. But that's a little bit about my story. But somewhere along the way, a couple years ago, I met a really fun, loving Canadian living in the UK that was like, oh my gosh, I wish I could be a coach. I wish I could do this. I'm like, I don't know. You never know. Maybe we're going to come to the UK. And then last October, I was like, Sarah Lynn, guess where we're opening up? We're coming to the UK. And so I actually flew over there and we hung out for a week. And then she came over here this summer. And so I want to introduce you to her if she's not asleep, because it's 2 a.m. over there and she stayed up. Sarah Lynn, are you there? Sarah Lynn. I saw her before.
I'm here.
She's here. Ding. What is it? Cock-a-doodle-doo. Oh. All right. Well, Sarah Lynn, if you could share. So Sarah Lynn, like I said, she's from Canada, but she's been living in, how long have you been living in the UK?
I'm going on my 4th year now.
Oh, wow. And what interested you? Like, what basically got you into coaching? I know what like my view was as, you know, us becoming friends and you wanting to learn about it, but like, what was your thought cycle when you decided to become a coach?
Yeah, so I don't even remember how we became friends by any means. It was like one of those really weird, fluky things, but I just remember connecting really quickly. And you mentioned this coaching thing right at the time that I was getting ready to move to England. And I was preparing to embark on my career as a teacher as well as Erin. And I remember feeling always really drawn to, I guess, a role of really helping people kind of understand their worth and feel empowered in themselves. And I just saw all of your posts, and like Erin was saying, like everyone just seemed so happy on life and just fulfilled and purposeful and surrounded by these amazing people who lifted them up. And because I was going to a new country, I think one of my biggest fears was doing that alone. And the big draw to me was the support system, exactly like Erin said. And I didn't actually turn to Beachbody products by any means until my 2nd year of teaching. I had pretty much gone through a season where teaching just became my life. It was, you honestly woke up early to plan and finish some things. You went to school early to beat the traffic. You worked during your lunch breaks and you stayed late, and there was just no stopping. It was a real grind. And because of that, I completely had no social life. And I really felt like a completely different person, because I'm quite a social person and I like doing different things and I like new experiences, and none of that was possible with this new career. So I really had a moment where I just felt like teaching just couldn't be what I was meant to do, because it just didn't fuel me the way that I thought it would. So I kind of went through a bit of a dip, I suppose, in my mental health, and I thought, right, what have you always done that's allowed you to kind of stay positive whenever stressful times came? And that was going to the gym and rock climbing and being really active. So I decided to start going to the gym, but I hated being in a classroom 24/7 and then being in the gym for a couple hours. I never got to be outside then. And it just felt like it was one hard place after another. So when you mentioned Beachbody On Demand and I can bring it outside with me, that was a game changer. Honestly, the fact that I could work out literally from anywhere blew my mind. And when I started my program, it was shift shop. It was 30 or 25 minutes, 35 minutes, 45 minutes. The fact that I can get in and out was the best successful moment of, I was so excited for that, because it gave me the accountability that I needed for my mental health to kind of stabilize myself again. But it also allowed me to really fall in love with fitness in a way that I never knew was possible, because I've never known an at-home workout program to be successful. And the results that I got, not only physically, but mentally, blew my mind. So when you came to me and mentioned that there was an opportunity to coach, it was a no-brainer, because I had experienced the products in a in a non-way that I felt like pressured in any way. It's just I experienced it for myself. I saw how amazing they were. I saw the community that I was completely supported by, even though we were different time zones, even though we had different words for different things, even though we lived in different countries and different quirks. I honestly felt like I was building a community around me that I've never had. And so when coaching came along, it was an absolute no-brainer to be able to show this and share this with other people. Felt exactly what I wanted to do. It really filled that hole that I felt I was missing at being a teacher.
And I love that you said like it was a no-brainer, because I think sometimes we like overthink it. Because the reality is, even if you had worked it up in your mind and then you tried it, and then like the worst that would have happened is after let's say a couple months, you're like, these aren't my people, this isn't my thing, it's just not going to work out. Or like, you know what, I love the like Shakeology and the workouts or this or that, but like coaching isn't my thing. Or you could have decided that in 29 days and even got your money back. So I think that's kind of the thing, is like we overthink like this is like for the rest of our life, we have to make it right now, when really you just have to be like, hey, I'm going to commit to my health, and I'm going to put this option on the table, and I'm going to learn about that too. Okay. And then real quick, before we pass over to Lauren, what is the thing that in all of this, because you know we all do have kind of our expectations and our fears, that was the biggest like pleasant surprise for you?
Just one. I would say the biggest surprise was probably how much I became surrounded by people. Not in a way that I went out and knocked on people's doors and forced people to come to me, but I wasn't even coaching when one of my newest coaches came to me about being a coach. She just saw my journey, and she came to me and said some amazing things that fueled me more than she probably knows about how what I was doing helped her. And I just thought like, oh my goodness, I wasn't even intending to help anyone, but just hold myself accountable and really show up for something that I didn't give up on. And the fact that she was coming to me blew my mind. Like, how powerful is this? And as the weeks went on and the months went on and the years gone on, I have reconnected with so many incredible people that over the 3 years that I've lived here, I lost touch with. And it's just been a real blessing that I did not anticipate. I was really fearful that a lot of people would judge me or have a misconstrued perception of what I was doing. And the fact that they saw it for exactly as it was, and they knew me enough to trust what I was doing, really, really just reinforced everything. And it really brought me up. So, yeah.
That's such a good word, because I think I forget that too, that you're right. Like, you go into this, one, to help yourself, to keep yourself accountable, to grow, you know, and then two, you want to help people, but like sometimes we forget, like, or you just like, I know I wasn't expecting, like you're saying, the longer you do this, like year after year after year, it's like for some reason when people like are in that time where they really need you, like they see you as like you become this person that gets to like speak inspiration and life into people when you're I don't know, like you're just sharing. It's really cool. Thank you, Sarah Lynn. You're amazing. You may go to sleep now. You guys, isn't she so awesome? All right, Lauren, I'm gonna pass it over to you. Hope your kids are settled down now. Mine like right, there's a dog jumping on a daughter over there, but you take it.
I literally had to text them just a second ago. So if you see my phone, I'm literally that mom texting my children in my own home. You're yelling. Please stop yelling. I asked you for this time. Please, like, you know, we've all been there. So, hey, my name is Lauren Duke, and I am super honored that I was asked to share. I'm starting my 7th year as a Beachbody coach. Hey, 7's my favorite number. Look. was born on the 7th in 77. So yes, I'm 41 years old. 7's my number. So I'm starting my 7th year as a Beachbody coach. And my story is similar, different, just like everybody said. But I'm coming at it from a different perspective. So we are a military family. My husband and I will have been married 20 years this December. We were married when we were 15. No, I already told you how old I am. So that doesn't work. The math just doesn't work. And I was doing a little math today, which I was also a literature grammar teacher back in the day. Funny enough, Erin. I've done a lot of things as a military spouse. We have moved 10 times that I could think of at the time off the top of my head. That doesn't include like little random moves. We've lived with my family or his family 3 times in transition. A 3-month stay turned into 10 months. We don't talk about it. It's a sore subject. Times we thought we wouldn't have a job, 3. That's stressful when your husband goes through a military board and they're talking about kicking you out, or they're talking about how they don't need any more pilots and your husband might not have a job anymore. So we've been through this like emotional roller coaster of jobs, deployments. I literally lost count at 8 because they just start to run together. And then I started doing the math about how long we have actually been together in that 20 years. And it's a little less than half of that time we've been married, if you add up all the trips and all the deployments and all the trainings and all that stuff. So along the way, I kind of lost me. I honestly was told I couldn't have kids. I'd messed up my body so badly with a horrible eating disorder that really plagued me up until Beachbody, and I'll touch on that a little bit. And I was a little bit lost with my identity. I just kind of hitched my wagon to my husband. Yes, I am Major Duke's wife, or I am Taylor's mom, or I am Jackson's mom. And how many of us do that? We get so wrapped up in our kids that we forget that I have talents too. I have dreams too. I need stuff too. And somewhere along the way, I lost that. I was searching in so many different places for acceptance. I didn't have community. So imagine that you move every 2 to 3 years. And every time you move, you try to get plugged in immediately because you know your time is definitely limited. So you jump in where you know is your comfort spot. For me, I would go to the gym. I could find a place for my kids to hang out, and I could get my sweat on, and maybe I'd meet some people and kind of find some regulars. So I would do that every time, but I couldn't get a job because the minute they hear that, you know, you're a military spouse and your time is limited, they really don't want to invest any training into you. So, and people would kind of hold you at arm's length. They didn't want to get close. So I just felt like that little kid who was trying so hard to be a part of it, like always picked last, you know. This is not a woe is me speech. But I was like, I'm over here. Can I please play with you guys? Please? And all these cliques were already established. All the people who grew up in that small town. And I get it. I totally got it. But it doesn't mean I still didn't crave that community. Along the way, we became very, very in debt. Our last station before becoming a coach was California. And I remember when the gas prices got over $4 and we could not fill up our gas tank. That was embarrassing. Going to the grocery store and pulling out the credit card that we were already $20,000 in debt. That hurt. And wanting to give our kids like every opportunity for gymnastics, and my kids were so talented, and soccer, and not wanting to have to say no, but we were saying no. And the stress was piling on. And Chris would still have to go to work and drive an hour to base, and I would have to literally, because I was working now as a music teacher at the school, I've worn many hats. Let's just get that out of the way. We would pack our car for the entire day because to go back and forth would waste gas. But along the way, we'd go get snacks and we'd go get coffee and we'd fill the time with blah, blah, blah. And we ended up just going to Target a lot and really wasting a lot of money instead of just staying put or going back and forth. So what I craved, you heard me say it more than once, I wanted a place where I had value. Erin said it too. She wanted to be seen. She wanted someone to hear her. She wanted what she said to make an impact. I wanted the same thing. Now, the thing that's different about me is I thought I had this healthy thing down. I was a marathon runner. I taught classes at the YMCA, Turbo Kick. or Turbo Fire, whatever, which is now Turbo Fire. And I had it. No, I didn't. I had this false perception of what healthy was. I wasn't feeding my body correctly. I was overtraining, doing everything wrong, but on the outside, I looked healthy. It took becoming a coach later to find out that I was doing it all wrong. Did I expect to learn that along the way? Heck no. I wanted community. I wanted to be a part of the people who were having so much fun. And literally, I hadn't been to a call like this. No one invited me to something like this. I saw my coach, who was a sorority sister of mine in college, and her team having a blast. And the coolest part was, a lot of them, I knew from Baylor, Sick and Bears, they were saying all of the things I was afraid of. I left my kids for the first time. I was so worried I was going to fail at this, but you know what? I'm having the best time ever, and I'm with a bunch of women, people who are talking about transformation and overcoming obstacles, and I know I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Well, I mean, you could have had an altar call. I was there. You know, I was like, I don't even know what you're doing. I want to be there wherever you are. So I was looking for like-minded individuals. I didn't want comparison. I didn't want clicks. I didn't want to have to rely on someone else's word to get me to the next level. I didn't want someone to tell me, you have a staff meeting here, you have to be at this. No, I'm sorry. I know it's a part-time job, but we're going to need you to work full-time hours, but we're still going to pay you part-time wages, because that was my music job. Totally fulfilling, don't get me wrong. I loved pouring into those kids, loved seeing their joy, but dang, it wasn't doing anything for my family, you know? So I had to make that decision. Did I become a coach because I thought I could make a bunch of money? Nope. I had no clue you could make money. I saw my coach having a great life, but I also knew her husband worked, so I didn't know how that worked. You know, how much did she really make? Because I knew she liked to go shopping, and she would be the first to tell you, if you know Stephanie, that she joined just to have some extra shopping money, and it turned into a full-fledged business for her. Same for me. Like Erin, I jumped in with this with both feet. I didn't even know the pool was filled. I jumped. I was like, I'm 100% in. I don't know what I'm doing, but teach me. And I listened to my coach. I used Beachbody products along the way, because when you're a single mom and your husband is gone all the time and you live in Del Rio, Texas, and it's 110 degrees, you don't go for a run outside. You do P90X in your living room. So I was doing P90X. And then my running buddies were seeing the change in me. Hey, you're faster now. Wait, you're stronger now. We're doing the same runs. What are you doing differently? I'm doing P90X. So I was already coaching before I was a coach, and I'd done it for years. And same thing, I did this crazy program called Brazil Butt Lift because I was really weak to the hips after having kids. Crazy name, amazing program. I became a faster, stronger runner. And some of my issues with imbalance totally fixed themselves. Again, my friends were like, wait, your PR was what? Okay, what are you doing? Because I need to do what you're doing. I wasn't coaching, but I was sharing. And that was the biggest thing that I learned. First thing was, a lot of people just needed someone to go first. They needed someone to share. They needed someone to be willing to say, I can help you. Let's have a conversation. I would love to tell you what's helped me. So in my first month, I earned about $854. Actually, I do remember the exact number. And my husband, who was like, there she goes again, was like, honey, you just paid both of our car payments and a bunch of our bills. So he is the like, you know, I'm like, the la, and he was like, oh my gosh. And I'm bawling because finally I saw a way to help our family. No more debt. No more saying no. No more saying, I'm sorry, kids. We just can't do that. And for the first time in our married life, we had savings. And we still have savings. And just like you've heard, the trip's on mommy. You know, you want to go back to school shopping? Let's go. My husband calls it the magic Beachbody card because he doesn't have one. And because I get to take my kids and do really fun things, but also bless our family. So like I said, I jumped all in back to the eating disorder because I like to say, and a lot of people understand that Beachbody saved me. I thought I had it all together, but I didn't. I wasn't feeding my body right. I hadn't learned proper nutrition. I thought I knew everything. I thought I could just exercise and it would all be better. What I learned was how to love myself, to take care of me, that I'm not just defined by a number or a size or what I'm able to do as far as reps. I'm a part of an incredible family and a community of people who truly care about each other, who invest time, energy, emotion, who it doesn't matter what team you're on, like Erin said, we're all part of one big mission, one big goal. And it's like a big family reunion when we get together. It's so much fun because we're like-minded. We understand what being a coach is. We understand that it's hard work that's worth it. We understand that what the time we put in literally changes lives. Literally. I watched my husband's bad cholesterol go to great doing the Ultimate Reset, and that pained me to watch him have to take medicine. So we decided to do that together, and it changed his life. I got to see my sister change, my mother, my father not have back pain anymore. And when you get to say that one decision you made changed your family, that's pretty darn cool. So it is just the biggest joy of mine to be able to be here tonight and to get to share with you guys that one decision to go all in can literally change your life and so many other lives that you get to touch. I got over the fact that I got over my eating disorder. It's something I can share now and mentor people, and people come to me to have counseling. My husband is currently deployed and we're making it work. I have 2 teenagers and I'm able to work a business from home no matter where we are. And that is true freedom on the hours that make sense to us. I was talking to someone today who said, I have a full-time job, but I just want to do something on the side that I can put my whole heart behind. And I was like, absolutely. She goes, I love helping people. I love nutrition and I need to get in better shape. And I was like, well, I've got something great for you. It's what I do. You get to set your hours. You get to set your workspace. You want to go work out outside? Go work out outside. You want to go to the coffee shop? Go to the coffee shop. You want to involve your family and show people that this is literally helping your kids and your husband and your mom and dad? Do it. I get to set an example for my kids who see mommy do hard things. And now my daughter joined me in Lift 4 last week, and it was incredible because I kicked her butt. And she's almost 18. I'm just saying. See, age is just a number too. We are not defined by numbers. With each program I've done, because I've done a lot, I learned that I'm capable of new challenges. That's really cool that you never stop learning, never stop growing. And with each new challenge, you learn something new about yourself. And it's really exciting to say, I did that. I didn't think I could do it, but I did that. Look at how far I've come. Look at what I've learned that I can use in the next step. I'd rather have constant growth than go back to where I was. I mean, hands down, I was lost. I wasn't helping my family. I was stuck. I wasn't healthy. And I just can't imagine still being there searching for something that is giving me as much fulfillment as coaching has. No, it doesn't look like the regular 9 to 5, but I'm not a regular 9 to 5 kind of person. And I've thought about that over the last couple of years is would I go back to a cubicle where I was also a graphic artist. Wow. Let me just share all the things I've done. Graphic artist. Would I do that again? Heck no. Because someone else was dictating what I was doing. I was working for them. Now I can sit down. I can go on the couch. I can go sit out by the water. I can work on my phone. I can put the phone down and I can be totally present cooking dinner with my kids. I can be on this call, or I can take a day off and run away and go sit on the beach. I get to decide. And what I do directly impacts the people that I talk to, but also directly impacts my family and the people who mean the most to me. I love that I get to do this. I have to say, Erin broke down the different levels of coaching for you guys so perfectly. And I also wanted to say that these times that we get to have together are invigorating, they're exciting, and it's always fun to hear someone's story because you can connect with certain parts of it and realize that they're not that different than you and I. We're very similar in a lot of ways. Like I said before, I jumped in with both feet. And if you do that, you'll be making the most of this time and making good use of the life you have and the opportunity you have to do something bigger than yourself with unlimited potential. Isn't that hard to fathom? Unlimited potential to help and positively impact others. So I don't want to go too long, but I also don't want to go too short. And I do want to give you guys some information right here at the end. We want to ask you a couple questions. First, I want you to think about the person who invited you to this call. And I want you to message them one of two things. I want you to message that person who invited you here tonight and let them know that you're either a 1 or a 2. Don't worry, I'm going to explain. If you're a 1, you want to be a part of this team. You want to be a part of Team Beachbody. You want to get the best results, and you want to focus on your personal journey. And you want to get a discount on your products, and you want to be welcome to the team page, and you want to be a part of this awesome, awesome family. If you're a 2, then you want all of number 1, but maybe you want to help some more people. Maybe you want to impact more lives and help the ones you love. You want to earn back your investment and start making an income. Like I said, I just started having conversations with people who maybe were my running buddies, my friends from soccer, who we had conversations about how they just didn't have time for them and they needed a solution. Well, I could say to them, hey, remember how we were talking last week? I have a solution for you. Those conversations snowball. And people start saying, hey, have you seen how great she looks? Have you seen the changes in her? You should call her. You should talk to her. You should go. She's really helpful. She's really takes the time to talk to you. So we want to be able to welcome you no matter what, the 1 or the 2, message the person who invited you, because we want to be able to welcome you to our teams in the morning. Tomorrow morning, welcome you to our teams, have a big, ticker tape parade, have all the confetti. And because you do that, because you go ahead and jump in, you can get started. You can be a part of a challenge group starting Monday. Your Shakeology will be on its way. You are already taking the next steps on your personal journey. And that's exciting because you're not waiting. You're not putting it off anymore. You know you're all in. You know that you are ready to take the next steps, and you can start as soon as Monday. And also, a lot of us have new coach training academies getting started right now, so you can be a part of those. So it's a lot of information, I know, and a lot of excitement. But that's really what I wanted to share is I'm not a spontaneous person. I don't just jump at things. But I knew that this was what I was supposed to be doing, and I'm so glad that I didn't wait, and I didn't question, and I just jumped all in, because they say, you jump and you build your wings on the way down. That's me. I'll figure it out. I'll fail. I'll ask questions, but you guys, all the answers are there for all of us. We have every resource at our fingertips. You have amazing mentors. You have awesome teams and families and communities. And like Erin said, we're all a part of some pretty spectacular teams who spend the time and have all of the training you could ever need. So I know we have 5 more minutes. Yes. All right. I am so thankful that you guys let me share with you tonight. It is always a joy for me to be able to share my story and share something different a little bit each time. So thanks.
Thank you. You guys, that was amazing. Okay, so that's all we have for tonight. So we're just looking forward to getting your messages. And you guys have an amazing night. Thanks for being here. You guys are awesome.